Hello and welcome to this very special show. We're very lucky to have Dr. Tim Roma. Thank you very much for being here. He's a doctor, he's done his PhD, he's also been a congressman, so he's an ex-politician right now. I'm going to ask him whether that helps or whether that harms his current posting, which is of course US Ambassador to India. Comes from an academic family actually, and then went into politics. And we are of course sitting in Washington. Actually we're in Delhi, but we just wanted to make you feel comfortable. You're familiar, you walked around these places a lot, have you?
Pranay, first of all, great to be with you on your show.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to continuing the conversation we had in the last few days.
Yes.
And yes, this makes me feel extremely comfortable and proud. And I've spent many days serving my country in the Capitol as a member of Congress and taking my children to see the sites of the Washington and Lincoln memorials. And
now you were actually
very,
going to
very good here
tipped to be vice presidential candidate for President Obama.
Well,
I mean,
if you believe what all the pundits write. And
never believe the media, that's true. But were you standing somewhere there when the...
I was standing right very close to the steps up there by the Capitol when President Obama gave his speech that caught the attention of India.
Yes,
I've heard in my travels around India, many people tell me we were riveted to President Obama's speech when he was sworn in as President of the United States.
His entire campaign, he's an amazing orator actually, there's no doubt about it. You've said now in a press conference recently that India will have face-to-face direct access with Headley, is that right? Apparently you fought quite a lot for it.
I believe in this personally. Having been a member of the 9/11 Commission and seeing what families go through when they lose their loved ones after attacks, and who is responsible for these attacks, people like Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who took the plane operations to Osama bin Laden on 2 years before 9/11. As a member of the 9/11 Commission, we felt so strongly, Pranay, about getting access to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed that we pushed and pushed and pushed our own government as Americans to try to be able to get that face-to-face interaction that you're asking for with Mr. Headley. We couldn't get it.
You couldn't get it?
We could not get it. Our own government said...
And you really pushed for that?
As hard as we pushed for anything.
Right.
And they said no at the end of the day. My own government said no, we can't let you in that room.
The 9/11 Commission could not meet
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed
who was responsible.
Yeah.
Now, David Headley, as we know, was doing the surveillance on Mumbai. And we recognize in America not only how extraordinarily symbolic this man is, but also we have such a rich relationship on sharing intelligence, cooperation on counterterrorism, regional interests on going after many of the same groups like Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and Lashkar-e-Taiba. We are going to grant this direct access to Mr. Headley eventually and soon. However, let me also say before you start getting into the details, that even before the direct access is granted, we have been cooperating with India and Indian intelligence, who have been passing us questions about, here's what we need to know about Mr. Headley. Here are things we need to know about what he did in India, who he talked to, what he did in the United States. We have been sharing that information in real time with India for months and months and months. Okay. But we also recognize that India would also like to get in the same room with him. That conversation might last 30 seconds. It might last 3 days. We are going to provide that access.
Right. And when will that happen?
Soon.
Soon means just a little more specific than that.
Soon.
Soon, can I say by the end of June?
Soon. It will happen because we know you want it, because our intelligence sharing is so rich and shoulder to shoulder. I have personally burnt the midnight oil here in Delhi, calling my Attorney General back home, the White House, the State Department, the Director of the FBI, to help convince them that this is one of the most important symbolic things and substantive things we can do.
And you've got the clearance, it's just a question of when.
We're going to get it done.
Just
tubar.com